Johnson breaking the rules. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Easy, got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. First carry now for David Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Now Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Weber. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Watson. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. In motion left goes Allen. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
This is such a good unit of covering passes downfield. I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes. See if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Allen's first catch. Good for a first down. First carry down for Pierre Strong. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Off of play action, it's Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. A nice little juke down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now it's Watson. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Montgomery, they'll run for it, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down. Positive. Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutus will take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
The handoff, Jacobs running to the left. Now he's loose up the left sideline. Now look out. To the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Josh Jacobs with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
The extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return, it's James. Able to avoid him. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals take over first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. They go play action with Burrow. And his throw here is incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Burrow looking to pass. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over first and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Watson now to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Weaver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Weaver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
To throw on second is Watson. Steps away to his left. He finds his man, complete. That's Weaver. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Watson. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And bulldozing his way through. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
11 MT.
Or they run the option on 2nd down. Now Burrow loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. To Montgomery to begin the drive. to about the 35, second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Back to Montgomery on second down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing on third down, Watson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw, Watson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Sam Hubbard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
But you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
On second down, Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to...
All right, rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Final minute now of the third quarter. On second down, here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Watson going to change the look here. Here's Watson throwing on first down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Caught by Montgomery. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Burrow on play action. He finds his man complete. The ball comes out, and the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. That is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. This is Brown going up the middle. Hard running at the 15. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. On the option left, it's Burrow. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates. I think I can win a race to the pilot. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Let's stop him at the 10. Gotta stop him.
The Browns drive about to get started. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. His throw incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays. Hard.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Watson now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery, and he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
Following the penalty, Montgomery, and he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They'll go with Strong.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One last throw here for Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice. Obviously, you're training.